Yo, so just wanted to pick up the camera here. Still writing my book, big update. Had an MRI this morning. Got a stress fracture, so I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot, I guess, lately. But I wanted to pick up the camera to talk about a few things. Number one is, since I've been doing this a little bit, I could not imagine doing this for like my job. Like, I'm just imagining me being like 65 and having to pick up the camera and be like, hey guys, like all performative. It would just blow my mind. I could never do that. And the most successful people I know from like a business standpoint, and not just successful financially, but people who I actually I can't talk today. I actually respect and admire. They're doing things that they would want to do like forever, basically, whether that's a single business, multiple companies, but like I've never seen someone who wants to pick up this camera and like perform to it for the rest of their life. I just don't know. I think it's different than being an actor in a way. It's just total side note to open this up. But the real message here is just something that's been on my mind lately, because I feel like I've talked about it with a few friends, because I feel like I've dealt with this myself, and that's just like feeling sad, lost, or depressed. And most people, when they hear that, they're like, how is this? Like, what are you about to say? And for me, I think being sad, lost, or depressed is like the biggest blessing in the world. Like, the world is actually giving you an opportunity. And what I mean by this is, imagine your life is like a house that you don't really like, a house that's already built. And it's not good or bad, it's just the house that you have and you don't love it, and you're like, damn, I really want to redo this house. But if you've ever renovated a house, it's a pain in the ass to renovate a house. The best way to renovate a house, in my opinion, is to burn it all down, to break it all down, to destroy the damn thing, and then build the house you really want. That's what being depressed, lost, sad is like. Like, you're just the ashes, you know, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's you. When you're lost, you are the fucking ashes. And so many people, they don't rise from the ashes, they just stay there. And I guess I've just been talking with a few people lately. I'm like, do you even realize the gift that you have right now? You can start from zero and do whatever you want. Like, 'cause you can't burn ashes. Ashes are just, it's the foundation. And just been talking through people, because in my own life, I've dealt with this before. Like, I did not like college. I wanted to drop out of school since I was like a young kid. Did not like school at all. Finished it, but it made me miserable environmentally. And then when I got out, I was like, I get to create this house now, because I was sick of that house I was living in. And so I just burned it all down. It made me, you know, that's why I picked up a lot of books, because I didn't like learning in school. But I just felt off. I felt lost. But these books, mentors, going to these masterminds, meeting people who I wanted to be like, that helped me. And so if you are at that rock bottom, that's a fucking great place to be at. You don't want to stay there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying get there and stay there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you are there, realize what a gift it is, because now you get to create your house. Like, what do you actually want out of this life? Start thinking about that. And you're not going to get everything what you want out of life, but like to actually go after what you want, it's a blessing, because so many people don't do that. They just let society dictate what their life should look like, and then they're living in that house that they don't really like, and they try to renovate it a little bit, but it doesn't work, because that's not how it works. There's still going to be some off pieces, right? Like, you can renovate your kitchen, but your bedroom still might be shit, and your living room might be shit, and your backyard might be shit, and you just still don't like it. You got to redo the whole damn thing piece by piece. And as you are building your house, obviously you can still renovate it in the future, but you'll have a house that you actually like. And you can move if you want, but it's still just a great place to be in. What I'm saying, when you're be able to build that house, when you're in that spot of like, I don't know what the fuck I want. Go read some books. Go find some people you want to be like a dream life scenario. Get crazy with it. Like, I think the worst thing about people giving up on their dreams, you know, there's that Thoreau quote where he says, the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. What's called resignation is confirmed desperation, I believe the quote says. And most people, that's what it is. They just give up. And so if you can take where you're at, lost and depressed, and you can go read some books, and you can get some inspiration, you can feel what it feels like to actually dream and have fun. Like, you're in the fucking best spot there is, man. I don't care if you're 25 or 65. You got time. If you're breathing, you got time. But most people, and when I say most people, I'm literally talking about 99% of people. And I'm not trying to paint the picture like I have it all figured out, because I don't. But I know what the goal is, and I've been down paths I don't want to go down again. I remember what that's like. I'm not going back, but I found people I want to be like, and I'm going for what I want because I know what I fucking want. You can run this experiment yourself. Ask people, what do you want? Most people cannot answer this question. Very simple question, very hard to answer. And I say all this to say, just like, again, realize if you are feeling like that, like, you just got to realize, and I'm telling you this because people told me this, and it saved me, it helped me. Think about what you want. Don't just accept what you don't like about life. Sure, there are things you got to do and stuff like that. But for the most part, like, if you're a fucking dentist and you hate being a dentist, move, stop, quit. Go be the artist, whatever you want to do. Like, if you don't like living in your city, move. If you don't like hanging out with your friends, get new friends. If you're feeling confused, lost in life, like, go buy some good books, read them. It will help you. The knowledge, the information to make yourself feel a little bit better, and then to take that action, to change how you think about things, to change your beliefs, which will change your actions, which will create a different life. That's what you need. Most people that are in that depth, they're just so in their head, they're just cooked, they're dead. You gotta step out of it a little bit. But you gotta dream still, and you gotta get clear on what you want. You can't just wallow through life and hope it, like, you figure it out. You gotta create and design the life you want. And I think I've been talking about this in the past few videos just because I don't think I'm ever gonna stop talking about this, because I've just seen it so much now, and I've just realized, like, you can look up all the fucking business hacks and tutorials and all this other shit, right? And you can read all the books and stuff, but if you don't know where you want to go, like, sure, that can maybe help you a little bit getting clear, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But if you're not intentional about, like, why do you get up in the morning? Like, you don't start a business without a purpose. If you start a business without a purpose, it's gonna fail. What is your life's purpose, man? Who are you? What are you trying to do here? Most people can't answer that. It's sad. And they've just, again, accepted all the bullshit that comes from society. And I'm not saying it's bad to work a job, and I'm not saying it's bad to do things you don't like sometimes. I'm just saying, if you're not excited about your life, like, that just sucks. And I know what that's like. That's why I'm making this damn video, because so you guys hopefully don't have to make the mistakes I've made, and you don't have to go through a lot of pain, because it's like, if I would have figured this out earlier, my life could be 10 times better. And I'm young. I'm still very young. But, like, I don't want to wake up, and I know I won't. But, like, if I didn't have this information, I would hate to wake up and be like, what the fuck? You know? But that's a lot of people, man. They wake up and they're just like, dude, I don't actually like my life. It's like, you were asleep the whole time. You know, one of my first coaches, he would always tell me, he said, Justin, we're all awake, but we're not all aware. This is just bringing some awareness into you. That's all this video is. And it's a reminder for me too, like, I'm just as much reminding myself of this right now. And so if you are in that depth of hell, if you're in the ashes, like, that's a great place to be at. Don't think of it as what was me, because if you think like that, again, there's no hope for you. I can't help you. But if you think of it as, like, I got a clean slate, I got a blank piece of paper, I can design my life and go for it, like, shoot, you're ahead of most people, man. And that's the kind of people I respect. It's not the people who have all the money and all the stuff. It's the people who are actually living a life they've designed. Because, again, you don't always get what you want. Like, there's that Naval quote, and he's like, the highest form of intelligence is getting what you want out of life. I like that, but you don't always get what you want. Shit happens. My thing is, like, the highest form of intelligence is designing and creating a life you actually really want to live, and then going after it and living it. Because, again, you can't always get what you want, but you can pretty much live the life that you really want most of the time. And that, to me, is the highest form of intelligence. Those are the kind of people I respect. Again, you don't got to be the richest person out there. You don't got to be the healthiest. But if you're healthy, if you are excited about what you do for work, if you're surrounded by good people, if you're happy and fulfilled, at the end of the day, you won. But show me someone with one of those, who's got one of those four things, let alone all four. It's very rare. But the goal is to have all four at a high level. Literally what my book's about. But that's probably why I'm talking about this, because I'm just reading my own stuff. But I've talked with some friends about this lately. I've seen it online. It's just like, I wish I was taught this earlier. I guess that's why I'm talking about it. And so if your parents don't agree, fuck them, yo. Like, sometimes your parents don't have your best interest in mind. You gotta stop giving a shit about what other people think too. Because it takes a lot of courage to do this. It takes a lot of courage to design and live a life you actually want. especially when you are lost, because that's step number one, admitting, hey, I'm lost, I need some help. Most people don't want to do that either because it sucks, it doesn't feel good. So if you can say, hey, I'm lost, I need some help, I'm gonna go buy some books, I might hire a coach, I might watch some videos that can help me, I might reach out to some people, and you start designing, creating that life, like, you're on the path, man, I'm telling you. But most people, when you look around, they're not on the path at all. They're just wandering, living, hoping. And that's not a strategy. It doesn't work. It does not work. As much as they think, as much as you might look out and think it's working, I'm telling y'all, it's not working for most people. And again, we're not taught this stuff. You're not taught this stuff in school. So again, just things I've learned from people who are older than me that I respect, things I've done myself, I've learned myself. But yeah, see yourself in the ashes as a great opportunity to create what you actually want in this life. It truly is a blessing. Like, I look back at some of my life and I'm very grateful that I went through all that shit, but I wouldn't want to do it again. And I'm never going back. I'm glad I learned that lesson. It's not informational. It's something I read in a book. It's something I've experienced, and it's intuitive to me. That's the goal, is to make all of this stuff intuitive, so it just happens. But I'm never going back to that again, and I know what it's like. But at the same time, maybe I could have learned this from someone else and I never had to go there. So this is me just hoping to pass that on, because I don't think you got to go there either. But if you are there, just know, great opportunity, a great place to become better, a great place to improve your life. You can help a lot of people in the future for sure. So don't think of it as a bad thing. Think of it as a great opportunity, and just do the work. Just get clear. If I can help y'all, shoot me a message on Instagram or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm rambling now. I don't know how long this video is, but I'll cut it here. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna get back to writing, and yeah, maybe go hit the sauna again. Peace.